Hey guys, what's up? It's Dalton here again. This week I just wanted to talk about mental blocks in gymnastics. That's a big question that I get a lot of times on social media or just doing a question and answer. So that's what I'm going to talk about this time on this video. Hope you guys liked my last video. If you didn't see it, just go check it out. Let me know what you think. Comment below or just tweet me and I'll get back to you guys. So mental blocks. Those are big issues in gymnastics on the men's and the women's side. First I'll explain. A mental block basically is either you can do a skill or you are learning a skill and you're having an issue in your own head that is, limiting you from doing that skill correct, or at least trying it or going for it. For me, what works best is really trying not to think about it, because it starts up here with the mental block, and that's where it's it's limiting you from going out there and performing or competing that skill, or even just doing it in practice the way that you need to do it. So for a mental block, what I do is I like to just go back to the basics of that skill. If it's a release move, just working on the tap. If it's a dismount, you just go back to working the tap. Just to reiterate, the motion before you're actually doing the skill. If it's a tap, coming over the bar and getting in the right position to let go. Just doing the taps and the basics, leading up to that skill will kind of help your brain understand what you're doing again. And if you're just trying to go for the skill, you're a little bit worried that you're going to get hurt or you're going to miss it, and this and that's going to happen. So when you go back to the basics, it makes things a lot easier, and it kind of lets your brain take a step back and understand what you're doing again, because you've just done it so many times. Sometimes it just gets jumbled. And that's what I like to do with the mental block, is I just go back to the basics, go back to the taps, whatever it is. If it's tumbling, just go back to, cartwheel, round up back handspring layout. If it's a big skill, just go back to the basics. And if it is a more basic skill, take it back. There's always something you can go back to and work on as a basic to that skill. So that's kind of what I do for, when I'm getting a mental block in the gym. And I really just try not to think about it. And I know it sounds pretty stupid, because that's what a mental block is. You're basically overthinking something. But the more I sit here and dwell on it, let's say, for example, something that's happened to me is a parallel bar dismount. I don't know why. I've never crashed on it, knock on wood. But I've had an issue. Like, I'm in a handstand and I overthink it, what I do exactly before I do a dismount. So another thing for that is I've done P-bar dismounts every time I'm at P-bars. So instead of kind of skipping a day and being like, I don't want to do them today, it's a little nerve-wracking, I'll make sure I'm doing, just a few every single day to kind of let myself know that I can do the skill. I warm up with the same thing. I do a layout first, and then I do a double pike. I don't switch it up because I feel like that's just going to mess with me. So I do the same thing. I warm up with a layout, then I do a double pike. And I do 3, 4, 5, however many I want to do. I feel comfortable, just kind of move on after that. But I try and get in there and do it every single time. Even the times that I'm feeling a little uncomfortable, make sure I warm up with the layout and then just go. Don't sit here and think about it, because when I think about it, I tend to overthink things and I question what I'm doing. So I really just try and break it down, warm up with a basic layout. Next one, just get up there and go. Don't overthink, perfect technique, this, or pointing my toes here or pushing here. I just really warm up with the layout. If that feels normal, just go ahead and go. Because when you start to overthink things and analyze something too much, that's when the mental blocks really happen. And then you start thinking about it on every single turn, and then you balk and you don't go. And that's when things just kind of go downhill from there. So those are just a few things that have worked for me for mental blocks over the past few years of training. I feel like it's really, really helped me with a lot of the skills that, just randomly something will pop up, and go back to the basics, do it as consistent as you can, as much as you can, and, eventually all of a sudden you're just not even thinking about it anymore and you're doing it again. So I think, mental blocks they're going to happen. You can't avoid them. It's just a part of gymnastics and just the way that our brains work in gymnastics. So yeah, for me, those have just been really great things that have helped me, and I'll continue to learn with doing gymnastics and just practicing and seeing what works. But So that's what works for me. I just wanted to relay this message to you guys so you guys can try and implement that in your workouts or your routines, and hopefully that helps, because I'm just here to try and help you guys. So thank you again. If you guys have more questions, please tweet me, send them to me on Instagram, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Really just want to do this to help you guys out. So just let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.